Welcome back into In Focus Kentucky. On this episode, we're focusing on Kentucky's Poor People's Campaign, which is part of a national effort to call for new programs to help Americans who live in poverty. And joining me now to discuss Kentucky Poor People's Campaign is Kentucky State Representative George Brown Jr. of the 77th District, which serves the city of Lexington. Thanks so much for being here on In Focus Kentucky.
Good morning, Mario. It's good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, what is it about this group that made you want to support their cause?
Well, there's nothing like being right, and the Poor People's Campaign is right on the issues of dealing with the issues of systemic racism, poverty, and ecological issues that affect people every day. And we happen to be, myself and Representative Scott out of Louisville, happened to be in Frankfurt on June 4th, and we were there when the membership of the People's Campaign was denied access to the Capitol. As a result of that, Representative Scott and myself, we wrote a letter to the commissioner of the Kentucky State Police, asking him for the rationale and the KRS that said that only 2 people could go in the Capitol at a time, and those people could go in, but they had to come out before 2 more people were let into the Capitol. And then we also, in conjunction with that, we wrote a letter to the Attorney General asking for a ruling on the legality of not admitting citizens to their house. And we recently got a ruling from the Attorney General that the Bevin administration had violated the law. And that was what we were looking for, and that was the right thing. So the Citizens for the Commonwealth and any other citizen should have access to the Capitol with or without a permit. It is their house, and we have to insist that people who pay taxes in this state have access.
Have you seen any other groups that have dealt with a situation like this?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. I was actually very surprised. I was given access to the Capitol and went in, but I had 2 gentlemen with me that were running for office, one from Louisville and one from Anderson, Spencer, and Bullitt counties. He's running for office, and they were denied entrance to the Capitol as well. And because I had my government ID, they let me in, but they would not let them in.
Now, it's no secret that poverty is a huge issue in America. So what are some of the issues that Kentuckians who are experiencing poverty face on a daily basis?
Healthcare. One of the big ones that happened with the ACA, and then here in Kentucky, we did connect, and we enrolled about 500,000 people into that initiative that was a keystone, a cornerstone of the Obama administration. And 500,000 people in Kentucky got health care that never had health care before, and our state became healthier. Where we are now is that the Bevin administration has a 1115 waiver, expanded Medicaid waiver, where they're going to take away vision and dental care, and they're going to put in place a requirement that people work to receive health care benefits. That's an issue that we think is a problem. From our perspective, we think we're right on the issues. Education is an issue, and we have to deal with that in terms of those things. With our future is with our children, and putting money into education is simply an investment for what's going to come down the road. I also have a couple of pieces of legislation that deals with justice reform. In looking at justice reform, we have people who have served their time that are not able to fully participate in the government of governing themselves. It's like going back to the 1776. You're asking for taxation without representation. Citizens that have committed a felony in this state forever are locked out of the process. I would invite people to come to the rally and see who's there. The majority of the people there are white. I'd like to say something, and I don't want to forget this, that Reverend Barber said at his the last time I saw him in the Capitol. He said, and I quote, that the Poor People's Campaign was assassinated physically and politically. In 1968, the Poor People's Campaign, with the leadership of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., was assassinated April the 4th, 1968. So that was the physical assassination. And then the political assassination has continued from that day to this. and beyond. And so we have to look at people mobilizing, poor people mobilizing and insisting that their rights, their concerns, and their right to simply exist should be adhered to.
And what are some other hot topic or high priority issues for you moving forward with this new upcoming session?
Well, what we had is in terms of dealing with pensions, dealing with the citizens of the Commonwealth and them not being able to have the inviolable contract adhered to that said that if you worked, and the agreement was if you worked, then at the end of your tenure, your work career, that you would have a pension that would take care of you through the end of your life. The other thing that's huge is gun control. Common sense gun control legislation that we put forward last year that deals with bump stocks, deals with automatic, semi-automatic weapons, and also a key point is that guns in the house of owners should be locked, and to minimize or limit the access to guns by young people.
And with the Kentucky Poor People's Campaign, this movement, or this organization, you plan to continue being alongside the members throughout the course?
As long as the Lord gives me health and strength. I think it is critical to say that we need leaders that hear the people and that are about the people's business. And I am unapologetically a member of the Democratic Party, and I think we're right on all the issues. And as we look at where we are and where we're going, we're talking about the right things in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Well, Representative Brown, we really appreciate you joining us here and providing some feedback on these issues, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, thanks so much for watching In Focus Kentucky. There are many ways to keep up with updates about this show. You can watch this or any of our past shows online at spectruminfocus.com, and you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search at Mario Anderson TV. Have a great week.